end of the Norse world as we know it.
And I feel fine.
I don't, my arms are sore.
Oh.
Hold on a sec, I'm gonna... Oh, come on, really? Really? Fine. Bad news, guys. In this myth, all the Norse gods die. Yeah, this is the big one. Ragnarok, the end of the goddamn world. Oh, funny story. In the Breaking Dawn sporks, Sans refers to Renesmee as Renagnarok. I had to put down my phone and start giggling for like 10 minutes ago. So basically, the first thing that's going to tip everyone off that the world is ending is this thing called Fimbulvetter, which just means the winter of winters, and that is exactly what it is. It is a winter made of multiple winters. Damn, Demeter, really? Like, there's going to be a winter, and then once that winter is finished, there will be another winter. Thanks, Vexen. And then after that, maybe it'll be spring. Think again, son. More winter. Thanks, Vexen. The whole point of this endless winter is just to put everyone except Vexen in a really bad mood. To prepare them for the next stage of the apocalypse, which is ceaseless wars, which is funny because that is also the Norse idea of heaven. Like, seriously, that is what everyone is doing in Valhalla all the time. But then finally, after that goes on for a while, this wolf skull, who is one of the sons of Fenrir, is going to eat the sun. Then Fenrir's other kid, Hati, will eat the moon because he's a fucking copy dog. Then that cock Fjalar will crow to the giants all like, time for war, motherfuckers, and the golden cock Gullen combi will yell the same thing at the gods, and then the third cock will raise a dead hee-hee cock. Then there's going to be a whole bunch of earthquakes. I wonder whose fault that is. And this is going to have the effect of finally releasing that evil wolf bastard Fenrir. Oh, come on, Fenrir's adorable! He's adorable!
And he's wearing a pretty ribbon.
And his bottom jaw is going to touch the earth, and his top jaw is going to touch the sky, and his eyes are going to be on fire. And there's going to be a whole bunch of tsunamis and shit, too, because the Midgard serpent, who holds up the world, and is also another one of Loki's horrible children, that's what you get for fucking Angrboda, is going to start having seizures all over the ocean on its way to fuck up the land. And not only that, but he's going to breathe poison all over everything constantly, completely destroying all the air and all the land. Ha ha, Loki. Ha ha. And all the waves caused by the serpent are going to set free the ship called Naglfar, full of giants, who are ready to romp and stomp everyone, and another ship is going to set sail from hell, with all the dead people on it, and Loki's going to be driving it because the gods sure as shit want nothing to do with him at this point. Yeah, mostly because he's the original Sioux assassin, which I think makes him pretty awesome. Come on, Sioux assassins, people. There's a whole group for them on LiveJournal. And guess who else is coming to the party? Fire giants. What are fire giants, you ask? Oh, I don't know. Maybe giants made of fire, the sole purpose of whom is to show up at this exact moment, led by this guy Surt, and fucking set fire to everything.
I have a feeling that Surt kind of misses it when everything was on fire. He would like for everything to go back to being on fire. He liked it when everything was on fire.
So did Axel. So this is when Heimdall's gonna blow his horn, signaling that shit is finally about to get real, and Odin and all the other gods and all the and all the elves, dwarves, demons, and basically just anything ever are going to ride onto this battlefield called Vigrid, which means Battle Shaker, and they're going to tear each other to pieces in the following order. Odin is going to fight Fenrir, and Fenrir is going to eat Odin. Yes. And then Odin's son Vidar is going to be like, no, and run up and rip Fenrir's jaw in half, which is pretty appropriate because Vidar is a god of revenge. Not that he has anything to really be vengeful about, because Odin is everyone's dad. Bastard. Meanwhile...
I'm gonna perpetually sad reptile.
Perpetually sad reptile.
Yeah, his eye shape indicates that he's sad all the time.
Aww.
Okay. Meanwhile, Thor's gonna fight the Midgard serpent, and he's gonna kill it, but then its poison is gonna kill him! And Surt is just gonna pick the weakest looking god, Frey, who is the god of the sun and elves and shit, and just kill him straight up because Frey is a tremendous pussy who actually
He's a tremendous feline.
forgot to bring a sword to the apocalypse. I am so sorry, Frey. So very, very sorry. And then Tyr's gonna look around like, shit, I need to kill someone to prove I'm a badass. How about this terrible wolf, Garm? And he kills it despite the fact that he has only one hand, but then Garm also kills him. Boo. Also, Heimdall kills Loki, comma. It says finally. I kind of want to stab the author. But Loki also kills Heimdall, comma. Quote, so that will suck, period, end quote. I do not agree with this. I like Loki. I like him quite a lot, actually. And on top of all of that, Surt is just gonna start chucking fire in every direction, burning everything, so it won't even really matter if you survive the epic battle, because everything is catching fire anyway. Except for these two people, Leaf and Thrasir, a dude and a chick who will just be sleeping in the indestructible forest. Wait, there's an indestructible forest. Why didn't everyone just evacuate there? Let's seriously minimize some casualties. Anyway, when it's all over, and the Earth dives underwater to try to put out all the fire, and then comes back up again all fresh and new, Leaf and Thrasir are going to repopulate the world, and everything is going to be great forever. So the moral of the story is that when the going gets tough, the tough get going, but the smart get inside the invincible forest. And they don't actually go over what leads to all of that, which I'm kind of disappointed by, because it would have been my only hope for a mention. But hey, I narrated and commentated.
Yes.
Or would that be too?
Sure.
Yeah, because I actually wrote a sort of sarcastic version of this, which the book didn't go over. It was like, so my friend Haley and I were discussing Marvel versus Norse mythology, and then, let's see, I said, Myth Loki was awesome. Hey, there's this obnoxious Mary Sue showing off about how he can't be killed. There's gotta be something around here that can kill him. I'll just snoop around till I find it. Hey, you! I noticed you're not throwing things at the Mary Sue over there. Here, take this! And then she says she's never heard this legend, so then I say, okay, so there's this guy, Balder. He's invincible and he's showing off. Loki gets irritated and disguises himself as an old lady, then goes around asking everyone about Balder's weakness, but subtly. He eventually finds out that mistletoe is what'll kill him. Meanwhile, there's this blind guy who isn't throwing stuff at Balder because he's blind and has nothing to throw. And Loki gives him mistletoe and guides his hand. The mistletoe kills Balder, and everyone figures out what happened and gets pissed the fuck off at Loki. He goes into hiding. These butthurt bitches chase him down, eventually catch him due to a flaw in his escape plans. Sea trope, hoist by his own petard. And chain him up in a cave with a snake dripping venom over his face. Then his wife, Sigyn, he had two. Angrboda bore his children, and Sigyn was actually useful. Held a bowl over his head to catch the venom, and when the bowl got full, she'd dump it out, and the venom would drip on his face because Angrboda was useless and didn't bring another fucking bowl, or at least a stool to put between Loki's head and the bowl. And the pain from the venom would cause Loki to shake, and that's where the Norse myths say earthquakes came from. It's told more poetically in the original myth. Okay, let's see, did I... Oh, and then I wrote the one of Persephone too. But I think in one that I told someone was, so there was this Mary Sue, but it basically went the same as that.
Post-apocalyptic Tokyo?
Yes, post-apocalyptic Tokyo. Let me log myself out.
Okay.